Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be working continuing progress on my GSX600F. Where we left off, I had rebuilt the forks and gotten the brakes cleaned up and pushed back, made sure those were working. Since that left fork was leaking oil really badly, the front of this caliper was looking really nasty. So I've been working on cleaning that up. And I decided that I want to make sure the pistons look good, but I don't want to rebuild the caliper. So what I'm doing is I've stuck a piece of wood in here, and I am just pumping up the brakes to get the pistons to push out so I can make sure they look like they're all clean and good. And I've left the piece of wood in there so I can push them back when I need to. Right now I'm just going to open up the brake reservoir and add some fluid because you can see it was getting kind of low down there. For the record, that is what bad brake fluid looks like. I don't need a tester to tell me that that's no good. It is pretty nasty. Well, good. They all look like they pushed out just fine. I'm going to see if I can work a shop towel around them and kind of give them a polish and clean in position like this. Maybe a little strip of shop towel. And then suck some of that nasty brake fluid out of the top and push them back in all the way. So that's looking much better with the clean fluid in it. Now I just have to wait for the pads. Before I get started, I'll just show you I've got all my cleaned up pieces for the front end. I could put the forks in and get the front end together before I bleed the brakes, but because these were weird and I had to take the pads out before they would have clearance to get the caliper past the disc and wheel. I think I'm going to bleed them before I put the front end together. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to temporarily install the pads, new pads, and shim them so they won't close up. I think it's going to be tough to get to this inner bleeder nipple if I put it all together first. And I've got a lot of room here. So I'm going to start with that, and then I'll get the front end back together. So, slight change of plans. You know, I've got the new pads in there, I've got these shimmed in place, but I realized that if these aren't clamped to the forks, I'm not going to be able to get any torque on. So I'm going to put the forks in first, temporarily clamp these to the forks, then I'm going to bleed them. I'm going to leave my wood wedges in place because I think they're going to be fine there. Then I'll take them back off, get the wheel on, take the pads out, and get them back into the wheel. The fork should just slide up into triple clamp, but you saw how snug it was on the way down. So we'll see if we've got any issues here. Yeah, I think now that it's clean, it's a lot easier. Just gonna temporarily snug that up so it doesn't fall out. On this bike, when you're putting the forks in, you want the top of the handlebar just at that seam where the cap of the forks is, and there are these tick marks, and you want the bottom one aligned with that dot, and that's going to make sure your dampener tubes is aligned. With the forks back in position, we can torque up their clamp bolts. As you can see, I've temporarily installed my the brace as well. I don't want to tighten that up until I've got the axle in place, just because I don't want to cause anything to be misaligned. I've got a one-way bleeder valve on here, my old brake fluid container, 8mm wrench. We're going to see if we can bleed some of that crappy brake fluid out of here. Really glad I thought to bleed these before getting them back on with the wheel, because I really think that these bleeder nipples would have been a bear to get to with very little clearance to work. So now that I feel like the brakes feel good, they've got clean fluid, I can pop the calipers back off the forks, get the fender and wheel on, take the pads out, get the calipers on, put the pads back in, get it all back together. The brakes are back together, the wheel is on. I haven't put the pinch bolt in yet because you're supposed to apply the brakes and compress the front end a few times to seat the front axle. So I'm gonna make a note to myself. I'll put the pinch bolt in there to hold it in position. I just realized I have to take this bolt back out because I didn't put the reflectors on. Now, maybe I don't need the reflectors, but rather than wait and risk forgetting that, I decided to lower the bike. I got the jack out of the way. I'm going to get on board and I'm guessing that should be good. Now that the front end is sorted, it's on to the next steps. Originally, I was going to try and take care of cleaning up the bodywork and filling in the cracks and scratches before I put it all together, but I'm anxious to see how it rides now that it's back together and running okay, and it's not going to be really worth the effort to repair all the bodywork if there's some other problem. So I've decided I'm going to bolt it all together and get it out for a test drive and see if it needs anything else mechanically before I can move on to the cosmetics. Part of the problem with that is when I got the bike a year and a half ago, it was missing a lot of fasteners. I spent a bunch of time going through parts lists and figuring out which fasteners I needed and ordered those. So now I have a box of little washers and bolts, and I don't remember where they all go. So this is going to take me a little while to get sorted through, but I'm going to try and get it straightened out, bolted together, and out for a test ride here. Okay, so that's this side loosely assembled. I know I'm missing a spacer there, I'm missing a fastener there, missing a screw or bolt there, missing something here. I think there's supposed to be a spacer in this. There's another one up here that was missing. So now I gotta start going through my box and see if they're there. Alright, so I've got all my fasteners sorted out. I am still missing a couple. There's a spacer up here that's missing, and a couple other little things that I'm gonna have to try and source. And a couple of these bolts aren't the right length, but it's gonna be good enough for a test ride. I do have to take this panel back off so I can fit the gas tank, just because the petcock sticks out there. And I don't like these turn signals, and one of the wires is cut, so I don't know if I'll bother with that before the first test ride. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this off, put the gas tank back on, and take it out for a spin. Alright, so I got my vacuum line hooked up, and I've got my fuel lines hooked up, and you saw me hook up the fuel sending unit, the gas gauge. So now I just have to put the bolts back in there and get my side panel back on. This other one, the fixed nut that's supposed to be attached to the frame, had broken off previously before I got the bike. Well, okay, we're gonna go for the first test spin. It's a little bit wet out, but it's not raining. So let's see what she does. Need to set this down so I can hold in the clutch while I hit the start button. So, wow, man, that feels fast. I wasn't going too terribly fast, but it feels really fast. Just before I got home, though, the rear brake started to really hang up, so much so that it doesn't even want to roll down the driveway. So I'm going to get a bleeder valve, try and knock that rear caliper free. I knew that was going to need at least new fluid, but it might need a little bit more than that. Yeah, look at that. It doesn't want to turn at all. All right, I just have to remember to not touch the rear brake until I get that sorted. So since I'm waiting for some brake parts for this one, I'm going to end this video right now. I did take it out for another spin. It's a fun bike. But the next video might be a short one about rebuilding the brakes, or I might start tucking into this. It's going to be a lot to learn on this one, and it looks great initially, but under the surface, maybe not so good. Just as a little teaser, this will give you an indicator about some of what you start seeing underneath. But if you don't want to miss it and learn along with me, don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel. Hit the notification bell. But yeah, we'll see you next time. As always, thanks for watching.